Charlie, thank you for joining me for this conversation about Hispanic Heritage Month. I am excited to learn about the work of Ixim's Spirit of Solidarity. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having us.
So, tell me about your work.
Ishim Spirit of Solidarity was a group that was founded about 20 years ago that builds a bridge between Huehuetenango, Guatemala, and Omaha. And that bridge was built because we have a lot of people from Huehuetenango, which is a rural western, predominantly Mayan part of Guatemala, who are here in Omaha. And so we built that bridge both with the community here and with the community back home for them.
And in this Hispanic Heritage Month, what do you really want people to know?
I think it's really important that people understand just how much certain parts of Omaha in particular have changed and have been infused with, new cultures. One of them being Mayan culture from Guatemala, and then Hispanic culture also from Guatemala that has been spread throughout parts of South Omaha. And that just as we have groups like the Sons of Italy or the Santa Lucia group here that would always go and support Sicily and parts of Italy as they came here as immigrants. So do we have now groups of Guatemalans who are really focused on how to strengthen their bonds to Omaha, but also help those who are back home. And so for Hispanic Heritage Month, I want people to maybe think about ways that they might engage with these parts, these newer parts of our community, especially in South Omaha.
And what's happening right now? How can people support?
Well, right now, our big focus is a home water filtration project. After going there for a few years, we discovered how intense the water issues were there and how much of an impact in an individual life you can make by having people have access to clean water. And so our water project is focused on home filtration systems, home water filtration systems that have a ceramic filter, plastic buckets. You pour water in the top without having to boil it. Clean water comes out the bottom. And both the health and economic effects of these water filtration systems are huge. And we've had them in about 6,800 homes in Huehuetenango, Guatemala, and we're looking to expand by 1,200 more in the next 12 to 18 months. It's something that had to slow down when the pandemic hit. We couldn't get stuff shipped down there. Parts were hard to find. Now that things have started to ramp up again, we've been able to go back into those communities. And, part of what we do is we work with the community to show them how to use it and continue to monitoring it, each system so that they have a long life. And so that requires a lot of work. So now we're back in doing that work, and we're looking for the support, particularly financial support, to help do seeds in a few different communities of about 40,000 people each to expand this project.
Now, we will link a donation link, of course. Can you give me an idea of what a donation does? Are there certain tiers or levels that make things possible?
Sure. A $100 donation can do about 5 of these filtration systems in 5
Wow.
homes. And so on top of that, then we have another, and part of that is because we don't give these away. We have people learn to train to take care of their system, but then also put a little money in so that it's not, as we say in the especially international development field, you put the value on what you do. And so if you give something away, you're telling people, well, this is worth nothing. But if they have a little bit of investment in it, they themselves like to take care of it more. And so that's why it's so low. So 5 systems for $100, and then it kind of goes up from there. $20 donation gives 1 system. Looking at 1,200 systems, we're really trying to ramp up to, for a not too huge of a push here, but a push that we're able to do. So if you're able to do 100 or 200 for 10 systems, that's great.
Any closing thoughts as we reflect on this Hispanic Heritage Month?
I wanted to mention that, our Guatemalan community has become so large here in Omaha that they just opened up a consulate. That is not a common thing to happen, especially in a town. There's a Mexican consulate. That's the only other consulate I'm aware of. I think there's a Costa Rican consulate now too, or sorry, now a Salvadoran consulate too. So it's really unusual for a city this size to have so many consulates, and then a Guatemalan consulate in particular. So it just shows that growth and that change in our communities, and to welcome the new members of our community, some of them not that new, they've been here for 20, 30 years, but newer members as well who have come in the last 5 to 10 years, to welcome them into our community, to really make Omaha a shared community for all, as it has been over many years, and many different groups, whether they be Czech or Slovak or German or Irish or Italian over the years, that the Sudanese community, the other West African groups that are growing here, to welcome them as a part of Hispanic Heritage Month, and in general as a part of our growing and great community to live in.